Before we go for coffee and tea, I'd like to share some thoughts about passion and purpose. Why do you get up in the morning? In positive psychology, which is a trendy new science, they've established that there are three things that are needed to make a person happy. Three things. The first one is a sense of meaning, a sense of purpose. You have a goal, you want to do something, you're reaching for something. The second thing is flow. And flow is something where you just sit and you play your computer game, you don't think about time, or you're just at a concert and you don't think about time, or you're jogging. You have flow. It's not a conscious experience. It's just a very nice, you all know what I'm talking about. And the third thing is Hollywood moments. It's like, whoa, champagne, or the applause, or something that happens in an instance. Because then you remember that instance for the rest of your life, right? It's been proven beyond any question that if you don't have flow and meaning, Hollywood moments are completely pointless. And if you don't believe me, look at Hollywood wives, right? So how do you get purpose and flow? Why do you get up in the morning? And I heard a fantastic talk by an author, and he was stopped by somebody in the audience saying, you're an author sitting there writing at home. How can you get up in the morning when nobody tells you to? And another thing, how can you just work for like a year? You don't even know if you're getting paid. And the author smiled and said, may I turn that around, sir? How can you get up in the morning just because somebody tells you to? How can you work just because somebody gives you money? So last year, I shared the story of me. I mean, you could call it a 40s crisis or a rebound into martial arts. I was a world champion in kickboxing way back. You probably know that. And then I said, I'm not passionate anymore. And I was like, there's something missing. So I said, maybe I'll go back and I'll try to be a passionate martial artist. And I managed to get into the national team. And I went to the European Championships. And I fought and I got kicked out. And last year, just before coming here, I had a second shot at the title. I was invited to go to the World Championships of Taekwondo in Spain. And this is not for seniors, this is the real deal. But there was one caveat. I had to lose 12 kilos to make the team in that weight division. So last year's plan was this, and to lose weight and fight the little guys. This is me, 12 kilos lighter. These are the other team members. That's how they look. And they're fearsome fighters, mind you. You don't want to fight them. So there's thousands of people in Spain. I win the first fight against the Swiss guy. I knock him out. I feel maybe happier than I have in my life when I'm looking at the number 3 in the world from Norway gearing up at the other side of the corner. And I'm standing like this. This is insane. I'm 44. There's thousands of people. He's the number 3 in the world. Chances I'm going to win are very low. This is exciting. What do you think? Passion wins? No. So, because I studied this kid, because everything, every training, every fight is on YouTube. I can look at this guy for hours. When he looked at me, he said, welcome to Sime. He only saw me on holding speeches, right? Wonder how he kicks based on that speech. So I trained, and he had a signature move, and when he came at me, I knew what he was going to do. I moved, and I punched him, and it's like, yes, it works. No, I broke my hand. And then I was saying, wouldn't it be cool to win against the number 3 in the world at 44 with one hand? And that didn't work out very well, I can tell you. So I kind of woke up in a hospital. They were very nice to me. And then when I came back to the national team, there's a special kind of humor. They said, Ola, accept your age. And they brought me one of these. Then I went back to Sime, and we had Sime here, and I was really inspired. I had a broken hand. And then I went to Sime Miami. And Sime Miami is maybe the best event we've ever done. So we came to Miami, and we did the first Sime. And it was just a glorious moment. Miami Herald wrote in January, they summarized 2013, and the 5 most important things for Florida, one of them was Sime Miami. And we got the gold keys from the mayor and so forth. And when working with that, I got so... Yeah. And it's up now the 1st and 2nd of December, and it's in connection to Art Basel, which is the largest and most fun art fair. So if you want to come, you should come to Sime Miami as well. Short commercial message. Anyway, and there I learned something about the Americans that I really want to share with you. We laugh about Americans sometimes, but they are very, very good at being positive. And they're very, very good at believing in themselves. And when they fall, they bounce back. And they're extremely competitive, I think, because they're not so afraid of failing. So I said, shall I just be number 2 in this? Is this adventure going to stop with number 2? And there was the Swedish championship, and I had a broken hand, so I wrote my doctor, my corrupt doctor friend, and he made a fake paper saying, miraculously, his hand is whole. So I went to the Swedish championships. What do you think? Does Passion win? One hand? Of course it does. I was the Swedish champion again last December. But this is not, and as you well understand, it's not about 40 years crisis, it's not about taekwondo. It's about understanding that passion is not something that comes to you one day and then you're passionate. Passion comes to you when you do passion. So you have to do passion. It's a verb. You have to set goals that are so passionate for you so that they start drawing you towards them. And that's a very, very important learning. Another learning is that age is only a question of what you eat and how much you train, which is quite exciting. What's the purpose then of kicking people in the head in Spain? Not a lot, right? So for me, it was a substitute for having a real purpose. And we're going to speak a lot more about purpose later on, because here we've had Sime Social Impact, and one of the most glorious times here with really trying to understand where leadership is going. And for me, something happened this year as well, which made the question of purpose quite easy. So I became a father for the first time, and then anybody who's a father or mother here understands that purpose comes naturally. But with that, I'll send you out with some new thoughts and get some coffee and tea, and Mats will be back here at 11 o'clock. Okay, thank you very much.